2 years ago, I graduated from film school and now have a Bachelor of Arts with honors. My final project in uni was meant to be a short live-action film and a 5K word essay about a filmmaking technique that I used in the film. I instead chose stop motion, which is still filmmaking but not live action. The concept was to combine live-action backgrounds with stop-motion characters, and some 2D elements, but more on that later. My project coordinator and my cinematography professor both approved it, and I went on to start writing my research paper titled Mixed Media Filmmaking, an investigation into combining animation and live-action techniques in film productions. But instead of focusing on the paperwork, today we're gonna go behind the scenes into the making of my graduation film, Overflow.
I swim as hard as I can, and Miss Katrina just stands above me and says, Mira, let go of the paddleboard. Mira, stay above water. I need my paddle.
Mira? I'll talk about every step of the way, including scripting, character design and storyboards, voice acting, animation, live action, and the long editing process. And of course, I couldn't have done it alone, so I will be interviewing the members of the crew for some retrospective thoughts. Let's get into it. The idea came to me, as most others, in a dream. I dreamt up a scene of a young girl standing in a pool of water that's slowly turning red, which may sound familiar because it's now a scene in the film. From that initial idea, I added the older sister and then started writing the storyline. The two of them were always meant to represent one person in two different stages of life. One, a woman working and providing, and the other, a girl getting her first period. Their relationship with each other was more meant to represent my relationship with my inner child than my bond with my actual sister. As for the appearance of the sisters, Mira and Diana, the character design and storyboards were done by my best friend, David. David! Yana! How long has it been since you saw the character sheet? A year ago.
Yep.
Here they
Definitely
are.
They're so cute!
I regret a lot, not doing certain details that you put in the character design. I'm sad she doesn't have the Crocs. I'm sad I don't have the goggles and the pink edges.
Diana looks very angry. I don't know how her hair streak ended up green and not blue. I don't know why it was...
I don't know. I
don't know why you gave her a green hair streak. That's so weird.
That is so weird.
What could have inspired you?
Literally, I don't know anybody who has a green streak. That's such an ugly color.
I like they have friendship bracelets as well. I think that's very cute.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. I mean, I'm still pretty happy with the initial concept. I think it's very cute. I think Mira looks very fluffy and soft and pastel-y. I think it captures the innocence of girlhood, you know? And then with Diana, I like her. The little jacket tying around her waist, she's always ready, you know? She's ready
she's ready for any weather.
Yeah, exactly.
She got that storm on her.
Yeah.
She's really Life is Strange. I feel like...
She really is. Kind of peak character design, I don't know.
The first ever storyboard that was later made into the animatic that we did.
And she's playing Tetris for some reason.
Oh yeah, in the initial drafts, she was meant to just be distracted, but then we made her a working woman.
I'm glad that the pool scene was never ambitious. There's always just a girl in a pool. She was always just like a little peanut the moment she starts experiencing cramps.
Yeah, I feel like it's important to note that the names for files were not professional at all. They were sad peanut sitting, sad peanut smiling.
I like this because A, your mom's included, as she was originally meant to be the teacher.
Oh yes!
Yeah. And so she has a tiny little bunny in her hand. What's 4 + 4?
Oh yeah. 8.
Yeah.
Because Mira is obviously very small as a doll.
Yeah.
And the idea was that I also make a big bunny that, the teacher holds, a bigger version of the bunny. But then I didn't do that.
I think I might actually prefer this boy over the final version.
Really?
Yeah, I like the short hair.
Yeah, I feel like he has a nice little buzz.
And also, he actually reacts to her screaming.
And while the storyboard was being drawn, I was busy recording all of the female voice lines. Besides filmmaking, I'm also a voice actor, so I hopped into my friend's studio and recorded 3 out of 4 characters: Mira, Diana, and an unnamed girl that has 1 line. My friend whose studio it was, Pavle, did the voices on the TV, and there's 2 more characters, but one of them is live action and the other one just doesn't speak. Diana was done in my normal register, just slightly more monotone and deeper.
Mira is more high-pitched and energetic, but I try to make sure it's not too annoying.
When it comes to the rest of the sound, a friend from the audio department helped me compile sound effects and music that I later arranged myself, which is probably why the audio design is subpar at times. Thankfully, I believe the visuals make up for it, done in part by my other best friend, Theodor. Hello.
Hi!
Do you remember any memorable things from the shoot, be it in the high school or in my apartment?
I think I remember more of the apartment because it was the whole kind of adventure of getting to the school. It was quite fun experiencing the school. It was a little bit of an insight into your past. So that's always lovely to see and to kind of understand where you're coming from and kind of get more connected to the story. So we were there only for 3.5 hours. It's pretty good.
I believe so. That's what I remember.
Because first we started off in the gym locker room, then we went to the gym, then we went to the classroom, right? And then we went to the bathroom.
And then
we went outside, right? For the moving shots. Such a beautiful little street with the trees surrounding, kind of creating this almost like a hallway of just nature.
Yeah.
And then when you switch it to sideways with the graffiti and just the wall of the school, I mean, we couldn't have, that was a great location choice, honestly, that.
You called it a movement shot, but is it a tracking shot? Even though there's no subjects
we were
yet?
tracking in theory, yeah.
Yeah. The animatic was already done before the live action shoot, so we were using the animatic as a reference for how long shots would be, but as much as I remember, we were just kind of like, oh, this is approximately this long, and then we just let the camera run, you know, unless it was the tracking shot. I think for the tracking shot, we kind of calculated it at least a little bit. I remember there was supposed to be an in-between shot of Diana knocking on the door, and we were shooting that instead of my actual door, we were shooting that in my kitchen in the storage room.
But that didn't end up being in the film, right?
Yeah, because we gave up from it. We were like, doesn't look the best. You might have noticed the dolls that I used to animate the film were not finished during the shoot. Whoops. I finished them right after so I can start animating, and here they are today. What? Is something missing? To make things easier for myself, I chose to do the lip sync and eye movements using keyframes and drawings, aka 2D animation. Though at the time I considered this a shortcut, it was still extremely time consuming. And the stop motion that I did was very primitive. Because I didn't have any armature to hold the dolls while I'm animating, I just made one out of epoxy clay and wire, which was not my best idea. The balsa wood that the head and the body are made out of is also very soft, so with every movement of the joint it would get more and more loose. And Mira's leg snapped off. She really broke a leg, huh? Okay. Besides the downsides, I'm still pretty proud of the craftsmanship. Somewhat. It's a great first try. I followed a course in Domestika, which is a sponsor- No, I'm kidding, it's not. The course is called Introduction to Puppet Making for Stop Motion by Adina Grubb. I fully recommend it for anyone getting into the hobby. I made the hair out of wool that I use for needle felting, and the props and clothes I made out of materials that I had laying around. It was my first time making tiny clothes for tiny dolls, so it's not my best work, but it did the job. You may have noticed that there are two scenes in the movie that stand out from the rest because they're animated completely in 2D, the pool scene and the bedroom scene. The first version was done for the deadline for uni, and the second version was done for the premiere, which was 6 months apart. The person in charge of those two scenes was David, that you met before, so I will let him take over. But there was also two versions of the movie, and the two scenes that you were in charge with.
But one thing I remember we were both very happy about is that Mira in the dream nightmare sequence looks a lot more like actual Mira than she did in the original. I mean, the dolls were done, but I had a very vague image of what they looked like in my mind for some reason. I like the addition of the people.
Yeah, the people I think were one of the greatest things we thought of when remastering the film.
She seems a lot more upset in the new version than she did in the old one.
Yeah, in the old one she's just kind of squint.
And the fact that she holds her hands like this, she just seems vaguely worried about the fact that there's blood everywhere around her.
Yeah. The top lighting was a really good addition, I think. Such a small detail, but it really brings it out.
My mom says if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. I like the first shot and the second shot. I really like how I did your room. because I remember it was just me and the lasso tool and this one funky textured brush, and I was just like, fuck, 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 fuck. And at both instances, when we got to the end, we were both like, the deadline's tomorrow. We gotta wrap this up. We don't have a lot of time.
The editing took way longer than expected, what with the aforementioned lip syncing, but also combining the green screen and the live action backgrounds. Thankfully, Tao didn't move to LA for his master's degree just yet, so I had a lot of help. You also did a lot of the editing, I mean the coloring at least. How would you call that, the parts that you did? Because I did the lip sync and I did the compositing, that's the magic word. So basically the crucial things. I just kind of put stuff together and then you were like, let me cook, and then cooked. So how was the cooking?
I mean, you cannot cook without good ingredients, and I think you fed me the right ones with actually properly green screen characters, to a degree, you know? There's always some dirt on your vegetables and you gotta wash them. So that's what we kind of did. We had the background, sometimes multiple ones if we were combining some elements, coloring all of those channels individually, trying to match the lighting of the characters and their color to the background, and then trying to bring it all together through some of those elements like the grain, and we even played around with some chromatic aberration because we enjoyed that look for it. And it was all about also getting that kind of like light-hearted contrast with very upright colors and very nice greens, but still kind of just encompassing it all. It was a bit of a mind-bending demand of, you know, kind of filling out the blanks. But I think that's the part of the charm for it, is you don't know what it is in front of you, and it could be just about anything.
So after a lot of labor and trial and error, the movie was finally done, with one deadline extension, but don't worry about that. So far, it has been shown on multiple festivals that I'm all very proud of, and by now it's 2 years old, and looking back on it, I'm even more proud of it than I was at the time. I have a lot of projects planned, both big and small, so hopefully I'll have a chance to work on another short film soon, so I can keep improving my storytelling skills, be they stories that need to be told or just stories I find really fun. Thank you so much for your attention. I would love to hear both criticism and compliments, but also any questions you have about the film or the process or just anything at all. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more, then check out my channel. Currently, I'm working on multiple videos, one of which has similar themes to my short film, and if you're curious about that, please subscribe. I'll see you soon. Bye!